Hello, how are you viewers? So today I want us to learn about quadratic equation and how we can be able to solve them using a factorization. So I'll take you through a quick introduction so that you can get to know what is a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation is always expressed in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a must not be 0, but b can be 0 or c can be 0. To solve this quadratic equation, these a, b, and c are very important, and we shall be able to see why. So there are very many ways you can use to solve a quadratic equation. One is through the completing squares. Two is through quadratic formula, and the last one is through factorization that I want to show you now. Now I will take you through factorization. So when you are solving factorization, the first very important part, it is to identify a, b, and c, where a, c will form something you normally call a product. Then b will form something we normally call sum. Now, when you shall be looking for numbers, we shall look for a number such that when you multiply the two numbers, you get the value you get in this case. And when you want the two numbers, you get the value you get in a sum. So let's get started with one question and see what you are supposed to do. So I'll solve this question. 3x squared plus 14x plus 8 is equals to 0. So let me identify my a. My a in this case is 3, that is the coefficient of x squared. My b is 14, my c is 8. Now the first thing, I'll start by looking for product. So I'll start with the product, and my product will be a multiplying by c, ac, so that is 3 times 8, which gives me 24. And then I'll check for number, and my number in this case will be coefficient of x, which is b, which is 14. So this will be my number. Then now I look for two numbers such that when you multiply those two numbers, they will give you 24, and when you add the two numbers, they will give you 14. So these numbers, you can be able to look for them through either brainstorming or through try and error method. So if you look in this case, our numbers will be 12 and 2. And if you check, these numbers satisfy the condition because 12 times 2 gives you 24, 12 plus 2 gives you 14. So that means now we shall use these two numbers. So these numbers you normally replace where the value of x is, and I'll show you how you replace that. So I'll take the equation, but when you get to the value of x, I'll replace with this one. So I'll have 3x squared plus, I take the first one because this one is positive, plus 12x, then plus 2x. So I've already replaced this one. So then plus 8, I continue, is equals to 0. So I'll now factorize this one and this one, this one and this one. So in this case, you check what is common here, and to factorize this one, we check what is common. In this case, we have 3 and x is common. So we shall have 3x outside, then in bracket we shall have x plus 4. And then on the other case, we shall check what is common. In this case, it is only 2, so it is a positive 2 that is common. So we shall have x plus 4, then is equals to 0. So this one and this one will form one bracket, then this one will form another blanket. So we shall have 3x plus 2, then the other blanket is x plus 4 is equals to 0. Then from there we shall apply one principle in mathematics that says that if a multiplying by b is equals to 0, then either a is equals to 0 or b is equals to 0. That means if this bracket multiplying by this bracket is equals to 0, either this bracket is equals to 0 or this bracket is equals to 0. So as such, we shall take this bracket and equate to 0. So we shall have 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. And when you solve this one will take us that so we shall have 3x is equals negative 2, and thus x is equals negative 2 over 3. So that is it. After dividing both sides by 3, then you take the other bracket, x plus 4 is equals to 0. So you take this on the other side, we shall have a x equals negative 4, and therefore x equals either negative 2 over 3 or negative 4. So guys, that is how we solve a quadratic equation using factorization method, and it is this simple. I would love to get your comments on to get your reaction and comments on the comment section, and even post questions there. I will help you through. Then in the subsequent lesson, I'll show you how you can use other methods to solve a quadratic equation. Thank you. Goodbye.